I'm here on the front lines with two guest hosts, both Michelle Walker and Sidori. I don't even know what Sidori's last name is.
I don't want anybody else to know it right now. It's
Okay.
cool.
Sidori Anonymous. Sidori Anon.
Yeah, Sidori Dan Perry.
Well, just mix three whole names together then.
You know?
Yeah.
Different.
Well, we're
Let's
here.
walk our pair.
Well,
Yeah.
just to let everyone know, I do have a new microphone. We had one of the our audience that was insisting on me having a new microphone, and he wanted to get me one. I said, "Oh no, I don't want one of those, microphones locked in front of my face, and I have to dodge around it." And so I looked into finding an alternative, and this was it. And so thank you, Tim, for your contribution. So hopefully that sounds better for everyone. I may have to make some adjustments as I go, but it's it's a wireless connection to the computer, so I'm free to move around and I'm not locked in. So what's going on, Michelle and Sid? You have any particular news passed on from Tank, and what happened to Tank?
He's asleep. No, he's not. He's not sleeping. And I still have my crappy mic, so just putting that out there, So I hope my volume's good for y'all tonight. Let me know if it goes in and out, Sidori and Dan. I'll try to stay still so it's not an issue. So Tank is meeting my vice president right now, and so with Local America, and they're in a disclosed location for the safety of my vice president and Tank. And so they're meeting tonight. We've had a meeting today with the chief tomahawk of the Cherokee Nation, and we've been working with a federal judge. We worked with someone who's involved with the federal marshals and some other amazing talent, and that's come to the table. And we are extremely excited because we have 3 days, on our clock, and we have some really huge things. We're going to be making an announcement in the next week, and we'll be running the next. They haven't responded to the ad in the paper, and so that's by default at this point if they don't respond in 3 days. And so we have our game plan to take the action that we're going to need to on behalf of the people. And we're excited. We're really excited. We have training tomorrow, and
what
a
happens,
lot of great things are coming.
Yeah, what happens in 3 days if they don't respond? Since that's been their typical attitude towards things that they don't want to deal with, they just put their head in the sand and pretend you don't exist.
We deal with them.
Okay. All right. We deal with them, huh?
We deal with them. It's there's things that have to take place. We've already have been implementing a lot of things that people don't realize. We had two of our co-state directors the other day in Colorado put the legislators on notice with the bill that they did pass. But what we're doing right now at this point, and the reason we need advocates is that, and we need people to come, is because right now we're continuing to gather the evidence and putting in affidavit form, and so we can hold them accountable. And we cannot, of course, prosecute people on hearsay. That we wouldn't want that done to us, and so we're going to make sure that everything is done lawfully according to the Constitution. And so we've been gathering evidence, and we've been putting them on notice that their legislative bills are unconstitutional, and as they are. And like with these vaccines, you see the religious exemptions, and we just saw where one state passed the HPV and the Ebola vaccine. I mean, it's really just insane what they're doing. And I want to make Michael and I were talking about this the other day, and I think this is a really good point to make. I actually almost called you 2 days ago, Dan, to ask if I could come on your show because of this. So we see a lot of religious exemptions. That's what it seems like that's the new playbook with these legislators across the United States. Now, the United States isn't us. That's the corporation, U.S. Inc. We need to realize these are paid seats. And this is where, my stance and my job is to empower the people and to tell you to quit asking for permission.
Mm-hmm.
And, we don't ask for permission for our guarantees. So this is where the misunderstanding is here. I'm not coming in there and begging for my rights. I'm not even walking into your building because, I don't make deals with treason, people that commit treason. And they know they commit treason. Like, Dan, we were told by the federal judge today that these judges were served in civil in 2009, and they were told what they were doing. 2009. And so that was basically their warning to get in compliance. They've chosen not to get in compliance. Now, we have the Article 3 judges. That's what we're going to be working with at Lawful America, is we don't work with magistrates, bad actors, We are going to be working with Article 3 judges, and we're going to do it the correct way. We are not anti-government, and we are anti-corrupt government. And so we come in peace. We're coming to represent the people. That what we are doing is we're going to hold them accountable, and we're going to hold them accountable in the right jurisdiction. Now, there's a lot of things that come into play of this. I mean, this goes back to your tribal treaties, to the organic constitution, all the way back to the Geneva. I mean, we've, and so what you're going to see us implementing is holding them accountable with their insurance and their bonds. And, you have to hold them accountable. That's why they have these things. They, no excuse for the law. They always tell us, no, not on the laws, there's no excuse for you and I. You break the law, and you didn't know that was a law. The judge will say that's not the law, and still prosecute you. Well, that's the same thing with them. The government cannot sit and say to you, well, I get these rules, and you get these rules. That's not the way it's set up. Whatever the government has, we the people get to have.
Yeah, I think I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think this is one of the things that is being shown to the public right now is Trump is showing that there's two sets of rules, and I think that's something he's pushing out there right now as very hard to basically say, look at what they're doing, and so to show the contrast, we're seeing it like in Roger Stone against McCabe. Right, or even he was saying about Obama saying that you can keep your insurance, you can keep your doctor if you like it, right? But that wasn't true, right? So he said the Obama lied. So can we impeach him? Right. So he's pointing out that they're continuing to lie. They're continuing to do things that are not and not upholding what they're saying that they're doing, and this I think is part of the stage of the Great Awakening, is to show this contrast just before. So now we have to now take care of it. So I think in alignment with what you're doing, it makes a lot of sense that they're on the same path, that things are lining up to really take over the grand jury's system, or I don't know if take over is the right word, but representatives.
It's to have the proper jury, and we
after calling the people's jury.
This is the people's jury, and this is not. You're not going to win, and so you have to realize these are corporations. These are their jurisdictions. This is why you see people that get prosecuted, and you're wonder why are like Hillary. We see all these deans are being free. Well, that's because you have a system that doesn't represent the people. And, we have to absolutely, take a stand here and say, okay, enough is enough here. Where do we draw the line? And we're very encouraged by what is going on here, that we can, we can make a difference with the Declaration of Independence, the Magna Carta. It's really becoming to understand the Treaty of Peace and working with all the tribes. We've got a new tribe in New York. You go back to we're counting them. Is it 5 tribes still? Is that correct? And the original?
Well, she's always said there's 7 debatable tribes, but 5, that we could, defined, but she's
Okay.
always said 6 to 7 debatable.
Okay. Okay.
Is that 6 to
Um,
7
no.
additional above the 5 that are debatable? Or
I'm thinking there's the 5, and then there's also a couple more that one could debate a part of that.
I see.
So there's no real number that I could. It seems to be like it could be debated that there's actually 7. Is what she's saying. But I'm always hearing the 5. I'm always hearing about the 5, and we have the list. I don't have it in front of me, but you know. But
and I know that I know that our team has had there's people on our team that have had access to some of these treaties and
yes,
more on the understanding than I do on that part. This is a kind of a new journey for me all the way to this aspect of it. It's been an amazing journey to seek the truth for the people, and on behalf of the people. And, I'm honored to be able to work with these amazing tribal people who, we've seen that in America, that their treaties have not been respected by the United States. And so, and unfortunately, I always say justice, injustice to one is injustice to all of us. And I used to say that someone, we were talking about CPS, and he would say, why are you fighting like this? And I was like, if you don't fight on behalf of someone else when you need it, are they going to come? If you go knock on their door, are they going to come and fight for you?
Right.
And so it feels like a heavy burden to me for that reason. I feel like that the lesson here is, they say history repeats itself. We can stop this. And we have a choice of how we react. And what is written in your life has already happened and is going to happen. But you have a choice of how do you react. And so the lesson for me here and what I'm standing on and why I am so willing to be on the front line here is that our ancestors, when things were going on and the government did not go by that treaty with the Native Americans, the Moors, all these other people, the Cherokee Nations and all that, we didn't stand up. The other people didn't stand up. And so now we're at this timeline, and we're at this time, a very important time in history. We see this in Paris. We see this with the coup that's been trying to happen with Trump. We see this across everywhere. We saw this in North Korea with them taking the cameras down. We see people rising up, and they're doing it in a different manner. We don't have to have this violence to do this. But what they've done is they have not respected our Constitution, the organic Constitution. And so, and I think it is part of that, we didn't stand up for the other ones, that this is where we're at. And, it's time. It's the more I meet with people, I get about 3 hours of sleep a day, and we go from till 2 or 3 in the morning, and we get up and we're in meetings by 7:30 in the morning, and so 1, 2, 3 in the morning. It's amazing, Dan, and Sid knows this, to see the people that are coming to the table who want freedom. They want to fight for the rights of the people. And, we're just coming into this system to say, okay, it's time. It is time to show love. It is time to do this and walk in the light. And, Tank always says, darkness cannot survive in the light, it cannot. What do you think, Sid?
That have been on this path to basically, fight for the rights of the people, to fight for the Constitution. And, over decades, they get worn out, right? Because...
One second. Where does it go? It never goes anywhere.
Well, this time, because they were going up an immovable object that now has been crumbling. And so this is the time for them, that you've stood up before, time to do it again. There has been no other time.
Right. We have this time where Kim is fighting on behalf of humanity, and and from being spiritual aspects where, when we become in direct connection with, the one, and that can be, source, energy, whatever you choose, and whatever word you choose, but we're at the moment of being the goodness or the positive energy inside everyone and every and everything we think. Like, we have a choice to change what's going on in our world, our thoughts, our words. And with Lawful America, what we're doing is we're doing what is best for everyone and everything. And every day, every conversation we have, with my team, we have these amazing people in California. I mean, you see our boards that we have. I get over 1,000 messages every hour and a half. They're amazing. They're volunteers working to come here, come to the table and say, what is the best for everyone and everything. Every day we're fighting for all. It's the only place we have at this point is to go within and say, is what am I doing about the good, for everyone, everything, every day. And we can do this. And I said something the other day, they've been trying this for 30, 40 years. And I'm like, okay, let's stop that. That's not working. Let's stop that. People may not understand what we're doing, and it's not just us. There's so many great people out there doing so many things to change the world. And this is not, your security is not dependent on Lawful America. We're a piece of this. But we're offering this a piece of puzzle. And we are on the front line to fight. But there are many people out there doing many great things, and we acknowledge that. And what we're wanting to do is bring everybody together that have humanity in their hearts and are in the light. If we all come together in the light, we can change the world. And we've been beaten down, all these horrible people. We have advocates who, they want to start stuff. They spend their time advocating stuff. And where do you go? Like, you gotta talk bad about people all day long. What did you accomplish? Did you change the world? Bring a child home. And I hope that by our example, that we're setting up the example to be. We had an issue that was brought to our attention today, Dan, that an advocate that we thought was, on our side, and she was charging that it could come and help us. You're going to go broke, and that you have to put this money in and stuff, and that's true. That's we have to volunteer. We're not asking you to come in and make a big investment with Lawful America. The misinformation that gets out, and it's frustrating, Dan, because we're working so hard, and then you go tell that if you don't understand our process, if you don't understand what we're doing, you don't need to go make something up. You don't need to just feel free to email us, call us, and you can email us at joinus@Lawful America. We will gladly sit down and explain to you what we're doing.
Through, so
I said that we don't have to hire attorneys to represent the people. We the people, who represent the people. The paper is the four corners. You don't have to go into court like you think you do look at your flag when you walk in court. Is that our flag? You know, if it's got your own friend, it's not your flag. You need to start documenting. You need to start documenting the crimes that they're doing. That these attorneys are foreign agents. They take an oath, and their duty is not to you. And I mean, I could really put some information out there that would probably make me lose maybe 200 or 300 of my friends if I really, you know. This is where I hope that we can understand, and we've seen attorneys do this. We're seeing judges do this. Start working for the people. Work and represent the Constitution. Tell the people the truth. But you know, we can represent ourselves, and you're better representing yourself. When you hire an attorney, you're basically saying that you're incompetent. You don't know how to represent yourself, and the lawyer is not there to work for you. And I can show you where the judge and the handbooks, the lawyer handbooks, and I have a lot of lawyer friends, and I love them. But the truth is, the people have been lied to, and we have to right the wrongs that have been done. That lawful America, and we are smart enough, and everyone brings something to the table that we're smart enough. And Tank and I wrote that present. We wrote that present in 2 weeks, you know, and it's not that difficult. You don't have to go to school for 7 years. You have to, again, are you willing to be the people? Are you willing to learn? And you have to stop thinking the way they want you to think. And that's what we encourage. We have everything to you is commercial, like Masonic. You look at all the symbols. That's the thing. And what we're trying to teach you at Lawful America and the Speak Project and the Guardian Camelot and Create Change is, just like I said, create change. Create it. We don't have to be slaves. We are the master. You are the king. I am the queen. So show up in the right form and be I am, and stand up and be the light. And I want to go back to what Sid just said, with what was exactly said, is my people are not, that are coming to the table, are not being asked to hire attorneys, and they're not being asked to do those kind of things. So I don't know why you gave any misinformation out, but that was misinformation out. And I just want you to consider that misinformation, it stalls what we're all supposedly fighting. And when you put that misinformation out, you're not hurting me. You're not hurting Tank. You're not hurting the people that you see on the face or Lawful America. You are part of the genocide that is going across the United States when you do these things. When you gossip and you fight on the other side. Because every single day we have genocide. We have it through bioweapon. It's a silent killer. Hitler right now is well and alive in your school. Well and alive. Is it that important to you? Is it that important to you to be the hero or the number one person here? I mean, that's what you're saying? I'm going to be such self-servant, and that I'm going to be willing to put out misinformation out so that I can look better. What's more important? Every day rich children can't go to school because we have legislators who disobey their oath every single day when they pass this legislation. And they're forcing backs on children. We've got New York with FEMA camps. We've got United Nations. Stop the crap. Stop the lies. Stop the gossip. And let's come to the table peacefully and let's get it done. There are people dying every day. Today, Dan and Sidori, we had a meeting today, and we were talking about this in a peaceful manner. And someone on my end said, we don't want this to kind of be, they were talking about bloodshed and stuff. And I was like, we have bloodshed every day. It's on their side. It's not our side. You have to wake up. You have to open your eyes. You have to see the truth of what's going on. There's bloodshed every day. If you think this is peaceful, you're wrong. We, the people, are peaceful. But what's being done to you is not peaceful at all. It's a bioweapon. It's a genocide on an international level every single day. That is what we're up against.
Well,
so wake up.
Yeah, I just want to point out that the part of this great awakening with what Trump is saying in the last 2 days or even 3 days, is really just saying about how evil they really are, how bad it really is, and how much worse than he thought it was. And just prepping everybody to know that there's a lot of stuff that's going to be coming out on how bad it is. You know, what their ultimate goals are.
Bad.
It's when we say genocide, if we say genocide, it's not off the hand remarks like we're joking around. This is literally what their plan is to wipe out. You know, they say 90% of the population of the planet. Right? You know, in the Georgia Guidestones, they openly announced that they want to bring down the population of the planet down to what is it? Is it 500 million? Was it?
500 million, I believe.
Yeah. So that, and you have Bill Gates out there, you know, going on a TED Talk and saying they're going to reduce the population of the planet by using vaccines. Well, how is that accomplished? How does that actually function? You take a vaccine and it reduces the population. Well, if they give you a vaccine and you just die on the spot, no one will take the vaccine. So what are they doing instead? How is the vaccine going to do it?
You have to realize that, you know, the VAERS system that's telling you the injuries is only like 1%, less than 1% that's reporting. Again, they're not telling you the truth of what's going on here. And as far as I'm concerned, Bill Gates can go to hell with Hillary Clinton. What he's doing is he's killing people. He's got patents and he promotes that. And I mean, there's a choice where people have to realize. I'm telling you, Dan, if the public knows exactly what's going on, I don't think I've slept in about 4 years. And I really realized how bad it was when I had military people explaining to me what was really going on. When you hear a military guy say, and they dug a hole, they put me in a grave, and sodomized me for 11 hours recorded. So I don't tell you that we're trafficking children on military bases. And you think, that's just one story. And then you get another veteran that the same thing happens to in another state. So, you know, I've had, you know, intel of 10,000 children dying in the United States in October. Nothing was done. I mean, we have 700 children a day taken by CPS unlawfully. What is being done? You have to wake up. We have Haiti. I mean, we've had someone in Haiti, and the pictures that we saw yesterday, a man, you know, these kids in orphanages, and he was in his wheelchair. He was left. They burned the orphanage down to probably cover up organ trafficking. And to see someone like they were trying to crawl to life was charred, completely charred. That's our reality. Those are the pictures that we get to see.
Yeah, we're not going to show those pictures.
Yeah, but if anyone wants to call me fake, I will, you know, if you want us to show the picture, I'll send it to you if you want to call me fake. But that's the reality. Can you imagine that we allow organ trafficking in Haiti is African. This runs into Illinois. This is why, you know, Haiti has been on my target. Haiti is tied to the Clinton Foundation. Every single day that Clinton body count goes up because the Clinton Foundation now went in there and they raped Haiti. There is no hope for Haiti in the public. And so we had an orphanage that burnt the other day. And Sidori, how many people was it?
They reported 66 children, 15 died, 28 survived, but that leaves 23 missing. And nobody seems to know where they are, where they transferred to. Now, we did see pictures of children. They were laying down. They looked to me like they were asleep. Actually, I think they were drugged. We'll get into that. Michelle, the picture, it looked staged, I'll be honest.
So supposedly these children, there's 12 children in the picture that they sent. and there's smoke before this fire. There's no blood. There's no smoke. There's nothing. There's no tension. There's no blood. There's nothing on these children. Because they were in this fire. There's no injuries. Their hands are not clenched. There's no discoloration in the lips. Now, Haiti and Cuba is one of the places that put out this drug that actually can make you look dead. They use this on a lot of our youth for transporting for organ trafficking. So when I know that comes out of Haiti, and when we got the picture and the Speak Project for, we almost all immediately said, those children are not dead. But where are those children now? Now, we got those, and we got these 23 children that are missing. It's a small area of Haiti, this area that we're talking about. There's no child running around. I've said that about CPS. These children disappear, and they're not on the books. You got, 800,000 children come up missing in the United States. What the hell is going on? Children just don't disappear.
They're being stolen. They're being stolen, okay? That's basically what's happening.
They're stolen. They're not disappearing.
By an organized industry.
There's not 23 children disappear. They're stolen.
It's an organized industry that's set up. So it's not just like one off here, one off there, adding up to 800,000. It's a business, right? And there's a conveyor belt, and they grab them and put them on the conveyor belt. And it's disguised as CPS. It's disguised as different organizations that are pretending to be charitable organizations to help, but they're not. They're there to be part of this industry, right? And this industry has continued to grow because this is, again, their power base, right? The more people involved in this heinous thing, the more they have on them to blackmail them with. So that's why it exists worldwide.
I mean, this organization, the more we dig, it's a little scary what I see when I look at the child trafficking. I'm always going to be concerned when an orphanage has 2 airplanes. That's a red flag for me. I've seen Epstein and the Clinton Foundation, from all over the world, and so that's concerning for me. And so these pictures are heartbreaking, and this is a real issue, going on.
Yeah, Valerie Dirksen, she's a huge advocate for children in Haiti, and she's been doing a lot of amazing work. She wrote an article for us. It's on the Speak Project website. If you go to projectspeak.net, she wrote an incredible article on what happened there. It basically details everything concerning fire and just the basic state of affairs there in Haiti. I was talking to somebody the other day, a friend of mine, and he basically told me that years ago, video or pictures surfaced of men just chained up to windows. And that was just a regular day in Haiti. We need to do something about this.
Yeah, I've seen children wrapped up in saran wrap like plastic and shipped on, cruise. I mean, I have, been able to see where they were literally eating the faces and babies and the babies on tables like it was a feast. This is what I said, that people have no idea if they really know the truth. Can you handle the truth? But the truth sets you free. The truth sets you free. I mean, this is, there are rituals go on. That's the reality of the truth. And there has to be a point in life where you just stop being blind. It's not getting better. It keeps getting more in your face. They're doing it more in your face. I mean, I don't talk politics that much on a political realm when I publicly speak. And I especially will tell you, Lawful America is not Republican or Democrat, we're for the people. But I see the media, and I see what happens with, Thomas mentioned that code the other day. Sid, what was the code?
I'm looking it up right now. It's 18 U.S. Code 2385. It's advocating the overthrow of government. He alluded to this code. Basically, it was a code that he thought that President Trump should see. He says that there's an attempt to overthrow the government. It's being done by the agencies, Treasury, Fed, foreign nationals, some elements of the military, and then we've got a few media. Big one is a big one. I think is media, and I know you and Tank talked about that. Dual citizen agents and Democrats. I mean, God, the Democrats. Do nothing Democrats, right? This basically outlines what's been happening and what, you and Dan talks about all the time, about how, the government just kind of plays games, and it's just a big theater. Like, all we're watching is a play or a
puppet
movie.
show.
Something else takes place.
I say it's a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie.
It's a movie.
And
I mean,
we need
to watch the impeachment trials.
Yeah, we need to basically change out all the actors, get rid of them all, get a new director, change the movie, because this movie is so sickening. Don't even want to watch it anymore. But
I want to make it real life. This is not the show that was what Jim Carrey, whatever that movie was of his.
The Truman Show.
The Truman Show.
Yeah, it's I want to be able to live my life, and that you don't, I don't think people realize that our government literally even they steal your umbilical cord, the blood from that through Epic, and the placenta. I mean, from the time that you come out from the womb, they're already stealing from you. If the people knew that they take that placenta and the umbilical cord, and you think that it may be just been exposed, it isn't. It becomes their property, and they continue to actually use these things through Epic. You can go through a lot of hospitals underground, and there are walls that have the blood of children's hands on these walls. I mean, I could give you locations of things that would just really, Catholic churches underneath to have these things.
Yeah.
This ties into with the government doing this through Epic and CERN. I mean, if people just realized how corrupt, again, you can choose to be afraid and live in their movie, or you can wake up. So Dory did this amazing video a while back on Kim, and it had part of The Walking Dead, and it's where the two characters are talking, and she says, you just have to wake up. It really is about that. Just wake up and do not be afraid. Like, someone today called me. We've got an issue going on in Arkansas again, and with them wanting to take life. And hey, since my Arkansas people talk to me, I love that y'all think that you're going to get by because you think I'm off the grid, but you're not going to pass that legislation piece again, so I went try it. But I'm still here. Know that. I'm still here for the people. So, we're going to, but I see this, and the people have to wake up. Do not be afraid. And fear is the only thing that stops you from freedom. She called me the other day. She said, you posted a picture this morning, and she said, you're finally at peace. And I thought, how sad is it that my friend always thought that I wasn't at peace. And, you don't realize until you become at that level where you are at peace, and that people didn't see that. And I said, I'm absolutely at peace. Is this easy? Absolutely not. I miss my family. I miss my children. I miss so many people I love. But I'm at peace at what I'm doing because it's the right thing to do for the people. And it's not because I'm great. I'm just an average little Southern girl. But I feel like that I have to do something. And I have to not be afraid. And I can read a book and I can put it on paper. And I have gifts. Dan, you have gifts. Sidori has gifts. She's a media person. The point is, if we all bring our gifts to the table, we can take care of this. And that's what we got to do, is bring your gift to the table and be inspired, be motivated. Every day, get up and do something. Stop being a slave to the system. I can't stand when people say their morning is they go to work and they don't enjoy it. They hate their life. They come home, they eat, and they go to bed and repeat it over and over and over. You are a slave of the system doing that. You are a slave. Choose not to do that. And we can change this. There's And Kim wants to restore the assets to the people. Tank talks to you about the humanitarian projects all the time. Is it 1% that was given to humanity? Is that correct? That was considered the UN?
Yeah, I mean, it was barely that, really. I mean, think about it. And all the countries have pledged the country's assets into the trust when they had access to it. And now that they don't, they're very desperate and they're very broke. I mean, at least on theirs, there was a piece of intel from Thomas's program, and I think it was Kim got her message this week, and basically the other side told her life would be better if you would just turn it over to us and quit.
Better for who?
What a packed door. Like, seriously? That's because I love Kim's response. I would just, okay, wait, hold on. Let me just write. Life would be better if you would just turn it over to us and quit. Her response was, I'm not turning anything over to you.
Wow. Yeah. They went through anger.
This is not negotiated.
Yeah. So now
this is not.
Hello.
Yeah, we don't. And he also spoke about the American bank company taking over the Delarue's, basically Rothschild's monster. They got caught printing super notes for Zimbabwe, Argentina, and I think there's some American notes. Basically, currency revalue that the Rothschilds basically said was just a little trick, a lie to inflict on humanity. So all that's talking about. It seems that we need to all start, instead of actually make sure we get to the other side.
Now, so Dory, didn't they try to steal some, get into some vaults or something? I know that was part of the intel other day.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably. I'm sure Tank covered it, but there were some issues at the bunkers that moved everything. Nice, Dan.
Hello.
Did you know about that?
I
Basically,
did. I'm losing you.
Yeah,
I'm not hearing you. I'm losing you. So I don't know if it might be my internet connection is poor.
I can repeat.
there you are.
Okay, repeat.
I can repeat it. Yeah, this is last week's intel. I'm sure some of you guys probably already heard, but there were some operations to go and get the assets in these bunkers all over the world, and they're empty, of course, because Kim emptied them, and nobody can get in them. So if any of you guys are listening tonight, just know that you cannot get in there, and if you do get in there, you might not make it. Okay, a couple people in the Philippines did not make it because they're booby trapped, and I think Kim said something about their Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark antics did not work. So,
Yeah.
If you're part of that group, you'll know that a couple of your guys went down, and that was for a reason.
It's kind of crazy how hard they keep trying, and it's 1%. I mean, that you are allowed to come in. It's greed. It's okay to have money. That's something that the indoctrinating, the deep state, the cabal, they want to make you think money is the root of all evil. No, it's not. It's the greed that you bring into it. It's okay to have good things. It's okay to have nice homes and stuff. But that's not just valid. I don't think that it was ever intended that way.